Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? I am happy to see you all. We are walking through Sedona, Arizona. We just did a hike. Did you enjoy the hike, Alicia?
I enjoyed it.
Yes, we
Beautiful.
did. Look at my shoes. Look at my shoes. Look at those. Look at my pants. I don't know if y'all saw that. I don't know if y'all can see my shoes. My shoes are like dusty red from all the whatever the hell that shit is in the ground. But anyway, what's going on, B. Paulie? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Or ma'am. I don't know if you're a man or a ma'am. Either way, good to see you. Good to see you. I love you. Anyway, so here's what Michael Davis, what's going on? Maisha, okay, B. Paulie says, sir, all right. Miss Balance, good to see you, brother is that brother Denubian? Rogue 6. Sounds like something from Star Wars. Anyway, okay, so hit the thumbs up button, by the way. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't done this yet. I was thinking about something I wanted to discuss real quick on the channel. It has to do with Michael Jordan. I don't know if any of you saw Michael Jordan. He's been doing a lot of stuff lately that's very public. It's very surprising to me that he's doing so many public things because he seems to be a person that likes his privacy. And I think that there's probably something behind this sort of sudden shift in strategy. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to speculate on it one way or the other, but I'm going to say it's good. My man gave he built a clinic. A clinic. Did you guys see that? Yes or no? Give me a yes or no if you saw this. He built a health clinic in North Carolina, and I think he deserves a round of applause for that. He deserves respect for that. Good for him. Way to go. Congratulations. Now, let's keep it 100% real on Jordan. You guys know me. I'm going to give you all the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me, white Jesus, black Jesus, and baby Jesus. All right, so I'm going to give you the truth all the way around the block. And here goes. Okay, so with Michael Jordan, he did an interview recently where he was explaining away a lot of his apolitical behavior during his career. Let's just be clear for those of us who are out here fighting for the community, those of us who are trying to save the black community on a shoestring budget, who don't have nearly as much wealth and resources as many of our celebrities. We out here trying to get shit done. And it's always helpful when a guy like a Jordan or whomever steps up to the plate. But a lot of those guys never stepped up to the plate because black people, we have no self-esteem. We don't demand celebrities that come from our community to show love to the community. And so what effectively happens is many of our athletes and entertainers, going all the way back to slavery, like Dr. Claude Anderson explains in Powernomics, are the beneficiaries of what is referred to as meritorious manumission, which, if you don't recall, on Powernomics Thursdays, Dr. Anderson has explained that meritorious manumission was basically when slaves would be rewarded for doing some of the following things: protecting or saving a white person, snitching on a black person, or a slave revolt, or entertaining white people, entertaining them through sports, singing, dancing, whatever. That's why you have so many black people that feel that the way to be successful in America is to dribble a basketball, throw a football, do a soft shoe dance for a white man, tell a joke. That's another thing that presents you as a non-threatening black man because they're afraid of the black man unless, he presents himself as a big teddy bear. If he's a teddy bear, they love him. If he's a polar bear, they want to kill him, right? So black men like me who are, intelligent and kind of in your face and kind of breaking things down and telling you about yourself, we're seen as the polar bears, whereas the black man who makes everybody laugh is seen as the teddy bear. And so that's why they have big pictures of emasculated black men like Pharrell wearing the banana dress on the cover of GQ and talking about this is the new masculinity. That's why they put those images out there, because they're basically telling you, they're sending you a message. They're trying to tell you something. What they're trying to tell you is, look, if you take off the polar bear suit and put on the teddy bear suit, then we will accept you. We will embrace you. Let's just be clear. When we talk about racism, I am not a believer. I'm just a person that sees what it is and I call it what it is. And I do not believe that most white people hate all black people. I don't believe that the system hates every black person. I don't believe that. I just don't. They don't hate you because you're black. They hate you because you're black and you're conscious. They hate you if you're black and intelligent. They hate you if you're black and you demand reparations. They hate you if you're black and you demand some sort of fair treatment in response to the horrible shit they've done to you. If you're willing to let that shit go, if you're willing to laugh it off, if you're willing to tell a joke, sing, dance, bend over, let somebody put something in your butt, whatever it is that they want you to do, then shit, you in, you good. You're going to get paid better than the white boys do. And did y'all know this? I'm not making this up. This is the truth. Did y'all know, statistically speaking, last time I checked, like Nipsey Hussle had a song, the last that I checked, the only group of people that earn the same amount of money in corporate America as the white man actually is the gay black man. Did y'all know that? That gay black men actually are the only group, including women and everybody else, that makes the same amount of money as white men in corporate America. Now, this is not a diss on gay people at all. This is just me breaking down facts for y'all, okay? So this is kind of the world you live in. So just be clear, they don't hate you just because you're black. There are plenty of black people that Donald Trump loves to death. The thing is, you just got to be on his agenda. If you're on his agenda, shit, he probably done had sex with Omarosa. Who knows, man? I mean, they a little bit too close. Babe, have you ever wondered if Omarosa and Trump ever had sex? I'm saying he got this. I mean, she's a pretty lady, and who wouldn't be attracted to a beautiful black woman? Black women are the best, right? So he got this lady on his hip all these years, you know, putting money in her pocket. Candace Owens, Candace is a candidate. So somebody who, you know, got a little cozy with Trump, right? Now, I'm not dissing, I'm just saying, it's just real, right? So anyway, so Jordan, by being, you know, who he was, he's a great athlete, he's a great man. As an athlete, he was a tremendous beneficiary of meritorious manumission because he probably made $1 billion for the Chicago Bulls. He's made billions of dollars for Nike. He is a tremendous asset for white supremacist establishments. Now, here's what would have lost Jordan his money. What would have lost Jordan his money and made him public enemy number one is if he had stepped out and made one conscious statement about the black community. If Jordan had stepped out and showed one sign of wokeness, conscientiousness, or black intelligence that was progressive for the benefit of the black community only, they would have tore him down real quick. He'd be looking like Bill Cosby right now. So they would have dug up all his dirt, and I'm sure he's got dirt. They would have dug up anything about his past. They would have dug up shit about his family. They would have put him on the cover of a magazine and darkened the image to make him look scarier, because, you know, that's what they do. They darken the image when they want you to look. They did that to Antonio Brown. They did it to O.J. Simpson. They've been doing it forever, right? And they would have made him into public enemy number one. With that said, Jordan, you know, would I agree that he failed the black community? Yes, I would. But if you don't understand the game, if they're playing checkers on you, if they're playing chess on you and you're playing checkers, you're not going to get it. So maybe as a young man, Jordan didn't get it. You know, somebody told Jordan, I imagine, at an early age, look, man, just stay out of this black shit. Don't run around with black people. Don't be getting all pro-black and activist black, because that's going to get you in trouble. And the white man will pay your bills and take good care of you as long as you learn how to shut up and dribble. So that's what he did throughout his career. That's why I tell you guys to be careful about who's educating your children, because when some of these athletes, when those folks get a hold of those athletes at an early age, they fuck them up. They make them into liabilities for the black community. If you get a hold of them at an early age, you get them in your schools, you get them in to talk by your people, to present with your values, then you create a LeBron James. The reason LeBron is because somebody grabbed him at an early age and said, come on, man, you are a black man. You are a black man. Never forget that you are a black man. So you have to plant those seeds early, which is why you have to be very thoughtful about who educates your kids. That's why 3 of our core values in the Black Business School are: we believe in educating our own children, creating our own jobs, and supporting our own businesses. And in fact, if you're looking for an African-centered school taught by black people in your community, we created an interactive map that you guys can use at teachourownchildren.com. Teachourownchildren.com. You go there, you can find your city, find your state, and find some of the African-centered schools in your community, because these schools need money. It's kind of crazy to me that they'll find $1 billion to fund a shit school that'll teach you that George Washington was the greatest man in the world, but they ain't got nickels for schools like Freedom Home Academy International. They got 8-year-olds doing calculus. They got 6-year-olds learning multiple languages. They got children that are educated at a level that puts the Chicago public school system to shame, and they can't get 2 nickels. I mean, think about this. This is just system that you're in. This is their incentive. This is what they're doing. This ain't no accident. This ain't no coincidence. They don't want the schools that are educating empowered, intelligent black people to have any funding. And they scare away black athletes and black entertainers who have the millions of dollars. They scare them away. Like, there are so many celebrities right now, for real, seriously. There are about 100 celebrities we could probably name right now who could write a check where a school like Freedom Home Academy International or the Muhammad University of Islam or any of these other great African student schools, the Betty Shabazz Academy, or is that what's called, Betty Shabazz Academy? Like these schools, they could write a check that would set these schools up for the next 100 years. There's 100 celebrities that could set these schools up for 100 years. So you must ask yourself, why are they not doing that? Why has that not happened? Why has this not occurred? This is basic math. You ain't got to know calculus. You ain't got to be thinking at no high level to figure this. I don't need my PhD to explain this and to see this. A 6-year-old could see this. So you got to just connect the dots, people. Seriously, connect the damn dots. So hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up button. And I should always remind you guys, this week I'm going to be in New York. If you don't know about the event, it's going to be a really great investment training seminar. I'm going to teach you everything all about the stock market, how to build family wealth plans, how to build your own family bank, all these things you'll never learn in college. Go to drboycenewyork.com. That's drboycenewyork.com. If you're not happy, if you don't feel like it's the best you've ever learned, then just let us know. We'll give you your money back. This is for black people, by black people, built by the Black Business School. So anyway, let me keep going. So as Michael Jordan's explaining why he was apolitical during his career, I'm not mad at Michael. I'm not looking at him like with anger. There's a lot of sympathy I felt. I felt sorry for him because I think that he's starting to realize some of the shortcomings of his ideology. I think Jordan also was a person who was misguided by this thing called white supremacy. They grab your kids at an early age. Yeah, and his father, his father died when he was in the middle of his playing career. Ain't no telling what that was all about. Because you remember, Cosby also lost a son in mysterious circumstances on the side of the road. I don't know if that's totally coincidental that both Michael Jordan and Bill Cosby, two great black men, two of the greatest black men of the 80s and the 90s, most respected black men in the world, both lost men in their family that they love on the side of the road in very strange incidents that were never really completely solved.
Yeah,
like they locked some guys up. Yeah, they locked some guys up for killing Jordan's daddy. But I feel like there's just more to it. There had to be more, right? So let's just be real. Let's try to analyze this with a respect for him for what we hope he still can do during his life. I believe Michael Jordan is a guy who is worthy of admiration for the fact that he was an absolute warrior on the court and off the court in his life. I read Michael Jordan's book when I was 23 years old, and I still had a couple of lessons from that book that I kept with me for life. Two things that Michael Jordan's book taught me that I talk to you guys about all the time. It's actually in the program we have in the Black Business School called Black Keys to Greatness. I actually break down methods and strategies for being successful. It's blackkeystogreatness.com. Feel free to go check it out. Two things that I picked up from his book when I was 22 years old, because I love to read, I love to study champions, and Jordan is a champion, we know this. One was, if you stop growing, you start dying. If you stop growing, you start dying. So in your life, you always want to grow. You always want to learn. You always want to keep getting better. You are a work in progress. God is not through with you yet. You must forgive yourself for your mistakes and continue to grow, because God is not through with you yet. Second thing I learned from Michael Jordan's book is that if you have a weakness, you work on your weakness until it becomes your strength. If you recall, Jordan had a big problem with he couldn't play defense. So that's what they said. That's what all the haters said. He'll never win a championship. He can't play defense. So he became Defensive Player of the Year. Then they were like, oh, well, he can't win championships because he ain't got a jump shot. Then he got an amazing jump shot. Then because he worked on it all summer long. And then they were like, oh, he'll never win a championship because he don't know how to pass the ball. So he worked on that, and he actually became the leader, NBA assist leader, right? So everything that he had a weakness with, he made into a strength. So I think you can learn something from that in terms of how you view your life. You're always a work in progress. You can always get better. You must work on your weaknesses until they become your strength. You must never give up on yourself. For that, I admire Michael Jordan. Now let's dig a little deeper into the realness of Michael Jordan's career. Michael Jordan has been rightfully criticized for a couple of things. One, Jordan was at the peak of his career right during the LA riots. Craig Hodges, who used to play for the Bulls, anybody remember that? Craig Hodges called his ass out and said, Jordan, back during the day, back when the LA riots were going on, black people were more conscious. Black people were looking to their most prominent voices to speak on the issue. Jordan had nothing to say. Jordan just sat there quietly and didn't say a damn word. Number two, when all those little kids in Chicago was being shot up over Air Jordan sneakers. And I met the CEO of the Jordan brand. His name is Larry Miller, and I like this guy a lot. I really do. I respect him a lot. He's a real brother. He's not no fake brother. He's a real brother. And because if he wasn't real, I would never say that he's real. Not in my view, he's real. And we did have a candid discussion about that, about the fact that when these kids were getting killed over these shoes, there's no excuse for you not to speak on this. Or if you don't speak on it, there should be a consequence for that. And I think that they understand that, and there are some things that they do. Do I feel that they've done enough? I don't know. I'll leave that up to you to decide. I personally can say that more could be done. And I did share that point of view with Larry. Now, also with Jordan, the other thing about him that's interesting is that I remember when Sports Illustrated had a contest, had a vote over who the greatest athlete of the 20th century was. Who's the greatest athlete of the 20th century? And it came down to two athletes, Michael Jordan and the man from my hometown of Louisville, Kentucky, by the name of Muhammad Ali. Those are the top two. It came down between those two. And do you know what? It wasn't even a motherfucking contest. It wasn't even close. It wasn't close. Why do you think that it wasn't close? The reason it wasn't close is because Muhammad Ali was not just great for what he did on the court or in the ring. He was equally great or greater for what he did outside the ring. Muhammad Ali didn't just succeed and say, look at me and my success. Muhammad Ali said, I'm going to win because we're all going to win. Anybody remember watching When We Were Kings? Did anybody get inspired by that movie? If you want to be inspired, go watch When We Were Kings, when Ali was fighting Foreman in that fight in, I think was it Zimbabwe? Or was it Zimbabwe or? I think it was Zimbabwe. They were fighting in Zimbabwe, and Foreman was killing everybody. Foreman was old Uncle Tom Negro back in the day. He was one of those shut up and dribble types, and he wasn't connecting with the people. He didn't care nothing about the people. All he cared about was trying to win his championships and sleep with some white women or whatever the hell he was doing in his spare time. Ali connected with the people. He would go out running. He ran with the little children. He talked to everybody in Africa, and he said I'm doing this for all black people around the world. They would all scream Ali Boumaye, Ali Boumaye. Y'all remember that? And I'm gonna tell you, it just gives me shivers when I think about it, because here this man was doing the impossible, fighting this man who was a wrecking ball. George Foreman was fucking people up. Like everybody, even Ali's whole own team was like, champ, you might not want to talk too much because this might be the end of you right now. And this man was like, I'm going to get there because my people are going to carry me there. Like, that was so powerful. And I was so proud that this man's from my home city. Like, my grandmother went to high school with him. My grandmother that I talked to you about all the time, she went to Ali's high school. So it's like Ali was a guy that carried all of us with him to the championship ring. Like, he carried all of us with him when he hoisted up the trophy. He carried us all to the top with him. When he would talk about, I believe the children are our future and all this stuff, like I looked at that and I was like, man, I'm one of those children. I'm part of the future. I'm carrying it. So I used to read Ali's books, and I would read Ali's books to like give me inspiration to get through like the toughest times of my life. I'd be like, well, if he could do this, if he could sacrifice his career at the peak of his career for what he believed in and stand up to these sons of bitches, then ain't nothing I can't do. I literally got that inspiration from him. So to me, it's like, I feel like rather than just being mad because Jordan didn't do what we feel like he should have done, I kind of feel bad for him, because by letting go of your people, walking away from your people, I feel like you let go of your chance to be truly great. Like, I think that's the difference. And I think that Jordan feels that because he sees that LeBron is showing that, look, you could be one of the greatest athletes in the world. You can win championships and you can still be black. Like, it's okay to be black. Ain't nothing wrong with being black. Now, again, maybe in the 80s, that just wasn't a thing, or, but at that time, it's like you had these selfish athletes. You had the Jordan, Barkley, and Kobe. Just three dudes that were like all about self. It's like,
Kobe was a little later on.
Yeah, well,
Jordan and Barkley.
Yeah, Jordan, but Kobe got his blueprint from Jordan and Barkley, in my opinion. Like, he gained that mindset from these guys, and I love the fact that LeBron just flipped the script. LeBron was like, no, I'm black, and I'm not going to forget that I'm black. Just because I'm playing on TV and I got millions of dollars don't mean I can't be black no more. So what I would say at the end of the day is that, I think there are some amends that can and should be made, by Jordan, for the fact that he did not Which way? Is this where we turn?
I'm gonna look it up. Keep talking.
Okay.
I'll guide you.
Okay,
Just
thanks,
keep
man. I
going.
appreciate it. Thank you, because I'm lost right here.
It's okay.
You
Just
know,
stop.
I think
Stop
there,
talking.
I
Stop
think, I
walking.
think there are some amends that he should make for the fact that he ignored the community.
Just wait.
He ignored the community all those years, and I think that one of the things that he could do is, I believe, one great contribution Michael Jordan could make to the black community that I think would not cost him more than, a Lamborghini, wouldn't take any of his time, would be very easy for him to implement, is I would like for Michael Jordan to create 10,000 Michael Jordans, but not 10,000 Michael Jordans on the court. We already got enough Negroes playing basketball. We have an oversupply of black basketball players. I like what Michael Jordan did as a businessman. I am truly impressed with the fact that, kids that never saw Michael Jordan play on the court still want Air Jordan sneakers. Like, they still respect his brand. And the brand is growing. It's growing all around the world. Larry Miller and his team did a great job of turning that company from tiny to gigantic, to the point where it almost seems like they're overtaking Nike in certain markets. I think that is brilliant. And, and when I was around the Jordan brand team, I took a visit to their offices in Oregon. I was very impressed with all the African Americans that were involved with the execution of the Jordan brand. Like they're not this complete sellout space that people believe them to be. There's a lot of potential there. But here's what I also believe: to whom much is given, much is required. When you take from the community, you owe something. You owe a tax. I think Nipsey Hussle said it in his song that if you say the name of the hood, then you need to pay. You need to pay for that, right? You utilize the brand of the hood to make lots of money. The black male drives fashion all around the world. It's hood style and hood culture that makes the Air Jordan brand so popular. So what I would like to see is a direct assault. I'm talking about a hardcore, like Marshall Plan attack on on some of the major issues that affect young black men in the hood and the young ladies as well. How about this? How about we go and create entrepreneurship training programs all throughout in every hood in America? Why don't we have 5 or 6 in Chicago, where these are entrepreneurship training centers where young black men or young men from the hood can go to school for 6 weeks, learn how to do business like Jordan, how to do like MJ, and make your money. And then when you get done, when you graduate, they fund your first business. They fund you with, $10,000 or whatever, or they put you in an investment group. This is what we're going to do in the Black Business School, by the way. We just don't have Michael Jordan type money. If we had that money, it'd be done yesterday. So we're still raising the money. But ultimately, this would be an easy fix. This is something that's not difficult to implement. I can easily visualize it. The problem is that I'm working with a couple $1 million a year in our budget. And it bothers me when I see black people wasting $40 million a year because they are addicted to fucking European fashion brands, and your people are dying all around you. You got kids in the hood, can't get a job. Black male unemployment in Chicago for men between ages of 20 and 24 is 46%. Come on, man. Like, that's a crisis. God damn it. That's a fucking crisis. Why do you act like that's business as usual? That's not business as usual. That is a crisis. So you fix that. You fix that. When white people have a problem, they fix it. When Notre Dame, remember that, babe? When Notre Dame Chapel burned down, white people sent a call around the world and said, oh my God, our chapel has burned down. They raised $1 billion in 48 motherfucking hours. Negroes can't raise $1,000 in 2 months for something that's worthy for our community, but we can raise $100 million for Popeye's chicken. Like, come on, man. Seriously, like, it's crazy to me. It's insane. So I'm sorry if I look like I'm crazy. It's because I'm living in a crazy world, and I'm going crazy with frustration with what I'm seeing around us. So ultimately, what I think, very simple idea. I don't care if they want my help, I will help them. If they don't want my help, that's fine too. But all you do is, if you want to help elevate the black community, give the black man back his dignity. Teach these young brothers how to survive economically in a world that is built on competitive economics. Don't teach them how to go get jobs. They already know how to do that. They already know how to beg a white man to pay their bills. They already know how to do all that shit. Teach them how to create jobs. These black men, I talk to these brothers. They don't want to go suck a white man's ass crack in order to pay the rent. They don't want to do that. They just don't. They don't. That's why you see guys getting into shit, because they like, man, I ain't trying to go out as a Wendy's employee. These guys are geniuses. They are brilliant. They should be CEOs. They just don't have the funding. They don't have the backup. They don't have the support. They don't have the training. Give it to them, man. Seriously. Like, so I think the Jordan brand should be on the forefront of that. I mean, seriously, like, what represents the hood more than Air Jordan sneakers? Like, seriously, what represents hood culture more than a black kid wearing some damn Jordans? Seriously. So this is not in any way, me trying to spend time attacking anybody or, hating on anybody or saying somebody's a piece of shit or what. I ain't got time for that. I'm talking about easy, simple solutions that we can implement as a community. If you want to know whether or not I'm going to pursue this, I'm going to do this. This is going to happen. It's going to take me a lot longer because I'm not like Floyd Mayweather, who can sit around and spend $1 million on a damn Gucci suit or a European car. This Negro spent $5 million on a European car, and I literally, if Floyd Mayweather was not the baddest fighter on the planet who could whoop me in 20 seconds, I literally would smack him. Like, I literally would want to smack him. Not that I would, because he would probably kill me. But seriously, like, I literally was like, do you know what I could do with $5 million? Do you know what I could build and how many people we could help with $5 million? And you think it's funny that you're giving this money away and all these dumbass Negroes are on Instagram cheering that shit on. You want to know why you fall behind? It's because about 80% of y'all are just stupid. Seriously, not y'all watching. I'm just saying in general, like we have a lot of stupid people in our community, and then you wonder why you're in last place. Well, stupid people come last. Stupid people don't win. So I'm talking to the people who aren't stupid. I'm talking to the people that want to fix these things. I'm talking to the people that have a vision to say, like, we can actually solve these problems. These problems are quite solvable, and we have the resources to do it. The question is anybody really going to step up to that plate? So we're going to implement things like this. The first thing I do when I challenge a celebrity to do something is I realize I'm not a real celebrity, but I'm kind of a little bit one. Like, people know who I am. So my thought is, like, what am I going to do? Well, you know what I'm going to do? In the Black Business School, we're going to actually implement, we actually have programs in place for young people already. But I think just having some sort of initiative to create black male entrepreneurs is something that could make a lasting impact on black families in the black community. When black people learn how money works and they learn how to invest, how to start businesses, and how to buy real estate, you see a complete transformation in terms of how they view possibility. You see a transformation in how that man views family. You see a transformation in the level of hope that exists in their hearts. And you see what used to be despair go into something that's very powerful, very exciting to watch. So I want to give these black men hope, and I want them to be winners. I want them to be kings. I want them to be champions. I want them to be able to feel what Jordan felt when he hoisted up that trophy. Problem is, not everybody grows to be 6'7" and can dunk a basketball from the free throw line. But, there are other ways to experience the joy of being a Michael Jordan. So my hope is that one day Jordan will do that and help as many men as possible learn the business principles that he knew that allowed him to go on and become the great entrepreneur that he's become today. There's a lot of opportunity for that. So anyway, that's it, guys. I'm going to go. Please hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. And also, I'll be in New York next week. If you want to come out to the event, it's October 27th, drboycenewyork.com. If you want to get your pass over there, drboycenewyork.com. Also, if you want to join, if you want to take a look at our Black Millionaires of Tomorrow program, we have a program for children. Black Millionaires of Tomorrow. If you're interested, go to blackmillionairesoftomorrow.com. That's blackmillionairesoftomorrow.com. We also have workbooks and flashcards and all kinds of stuff to teach wealth to kids, and they don't cost them much. So feel free to go check that out. All right, guys, I'm out of here, and you guys have a good night. And thanks for listening to me yell. I didn't mean to yell, but this is just, this is just really how I feel. Like, I'm very frustrated with the fact that problems sit there, and we have the solution, we have the resources, we just need the willpower. That's all we need. We need the willpower. So take care, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good day. Love you. Peace.